I need to come here in the day as well, actually, don't I? And check these stalls. Hello. That is a lot of dudes. Directions to the Sharp's base. We have a new base, and you lot best keep the law away. Directions to the lowtown sneak below, but don't come unless you got good news, or you'll get an answer square between the eyes. Sure.
Here, miss. Word is you're looking for help. And paying well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley, and me and my fellows can have a look at the money on offer.
She has chosen poorly.
It's another fight, at least.
It's action if we want it. Always money in saving fools.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
A foolish risk in Lowtown.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city. If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
Have we met?
I just saved you in an alley, and suddenly we're in business?
You're in
That is
Lowtown.
not what I thought that would
What
ask.
grand scheme could I be interrupting? Varnell.
Not so helpless, I see.
Oh.
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
Sure. Okay, so we got over there, and we've got over there. Looks like right is closer. Hello.
Still alive?
Get fucked on. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Alright, that was nothingy, okay. Now over here.
I am expected.
You literally saw me and saw
I
her
thank you
ask
for
us to
coming.
come, you
This
dickhead.
matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
Get to the point.
Time is wasting. Who is going where?
My name is Sister Patrice. I have assumed a burden of charity. This is my charge.
A Saarebas? Here?
A what now?
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this? A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Ketojan, a bridge between worlds. The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people, or being seen in my care.
Why protect him in secret?
If you are so intent on this, why not use Chantry resources?
My order will soon realize the Qunari presence is more than a test of faith. It is an open challenge. But for now, I must act on my own. Helping this mage shows how Qunari heresy cannot be ignored. His flight is vital.
Where will he go like this?
Is freedom so helpful? A new life with that collar seems doubtful.
And yet it is more than he has. My reach is limited. His struggle is his own.
It just seems like releasing a bird, cage and all.
We do what we can to step toward what is right. That must be enough.
You never asked my name.
You are not interested in who you might be hiring.
If you were important enough to know, I would need someone else. But if you insist, what is your family name?
My name is Hawke.
Strong. Very Ferelden. The Qunari have hardly pressured the southern nations. You have not seen as many converts or those who refused. If this action, if any action, can lessen their influence, it must be done.
Is he safe? Can he fight?
Will he help? If I trust him at all.
I don't know his capabilities or if he can function at all in that collar, but I think he knows we are his only way out.
You think?
He's followed every direction and made no aggressive moves, even when taunted. Were I in his place, I could have fled. Qunari or not, I can only assume he wants to be led to freedom.
So he can't speak for himself, I take it? Is he just mute, or you don't know for sure?
And if you're wrong, I have to deal with it.
That is why I went to Lowtown. You are either capable of the discretion and skill that I need, or you are not.
How did you get him?
You don't just stumble on something. Someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Qunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Talvashoth. They seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I'm certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
I could appeal to the Arishok.
I've had dealings with the Qunari leader. He'd want to know of this.
You have dealt with their leader. If you have interacted with Qunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order. The Arishok would doom this poor creature.
Yeah, true.
But knowing them is useful. If they challenged you, attacking an ally would only confirm their barbarism. You are still right for the task.
Sure.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
I had never thought about the plight of mages among the Qunari. But it seems they are even more oppressed than we are.
This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Qunari are, even to their own. But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you are hired. Good luck.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Can you not speak?
Ketojan, is it? You need to be led out of the city.
The eyes of a slave. Does he want freedom or a master?
It has been difficult to get information, but look at him. Would you want this? We must have that in common.
Possibly. But also possibly not. I mean, I don't really know much about Qunari culture. Like, there is a chance that he is, like, accepting of that.
With any luck, he'll make a good example.
I don't know. But whatever, let's do it. Let's fucking go.
And now we're taking a stroll alongside a magical horned thing through the worst part of Kirkwall. Great.
Ah, we'll be fine. Have we all got our buffs and everything up? We sure do. Apart from you do not have your big boy buff up. I guess he runs out of willpower and then turns off.
Watch your step.
Oh god, I almost... Well, shit. He just ran straight on through it. I was like, oh, there's a trap, and then he's just like, nah.
Trap. Done.
Got that one. Okay.
I don't like the looks of this.
Watch your step. All set.
Ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-bum.
Trap. Done.
I don't like the look.
So many spiders, man. Can we get a fucking break on the spiders? I hate spiders. Spiders are the worst. How's my inventory doing? I've got space. Okay, good.
Indifferent to our struggles, even with his freedom as the prize.
Looks like a walking armory. Maybe she's testing Daddy's boots. The pretty ones always have something to prove. Hello, bitches.
Ah, look at this. Undercity's feared by all, but there's no shortage of fools with coin who want to test it. What is this thing? Collared like a dog lord's bitch. You some sort of Qunari lover? Maybe I should get rid of you and see who'll pay the most for your pet.
I don't think it likes you threatening its master. Maybe we let this one pass.
Almost too late for that, dickhead.
Try me further, and my charge is the least of your worries.
Stow it! You're kindly fat up city. Then think you can buy the skill to survive here. I'll show you different. Pet or no pet.
You can try. Oh, yes, mate.
By the void! Kill it! Kill them all!
Well in, lad.
You've got a request!
Wait, that was it? Oh no, there we go. Oh my god, they're getting owned. Oh my god, they're so weak. I love it.
The danger has passed, Ketojan. Calm yourself.
What triggered that outburst?
Did you react because your lead was threatened?
I know that kind of blind instinct. It is hard to judge how much control he has.
Still can't say anything?
You can't gesture or stomp your feet twice for yes or something.
I bet all he wants is to go chasing after thrown sticks. And someone to rub his belly.
What made you obey now?
You did what I said. Did I hit the right phrase or something?
He may not know himself.
Just remember I'm an ally.
Keep control. And remember who is on your side. Of course. I expected no different.
Cool, cool. What a bro. The Vinmark Mountain Pass. Ah.
You will hold Basravashidan. I am Arvarad, and I claim possession of Saarebas at your heel. The members of Escorting were killed by Talbashoth, but their disposal leads only here, to Saarebas and you.
I didn't kill him.
Careful with your accusations. I didn't kill this mage's Karatam.
Talbashoth killed them. That battle was expected. The survival of Saarebas without his Arvarad was not. I do not know how you come to hold his leash, but you have no claim in the Qun. He will be returned and this crime cleansed.
And if he doesn't want to go back?
Saarebas, show that your will remains bound to the Qun. He has only followed you because he wants to be led. He has allowed no other purpose.
The sister called him Ketojan. You are Saarebas?
Saarebas is his role and his name, as you understand it. It is the accusation and acknowledgement of being a mage.
And you are Arvarad?
My role is to hold the leash and hunt the Grey Ones who leave the Qun. Or Baz who have not yet been enlightened.
Don't you care who set this up?
You don't care that someone abused your dead to get you here?
No doubt they were cast from your shoulders as you or your partner thieves grew weak. It is a crime whose victims are beyond caring. It will be dealt with, but the greater threat is clear. It is my role to secure Saarebas. It is the role of another to purge the perversions of your kind.
Why do you color your mages?
He is bound and abused, and you want him caged. Why?
The power that he has, that all Saarebas have, draws from chaos and demons. They can never be in control.
So you fear them?
Like so many others.
We leash Saarebas because they are dangerous and contagious. Not even your Templars fully grasp that threat.
When his voice goes low, he sounds so fucking like Reaper from Overwatch. I can't tell if it's actually the same dude or just a very similar sounding voice when he goes low, but it is like the exact same. Anders, is that fearsome?
Are mages like Anders so dangerous? He's given no reason to fear him yet.
You waste your breath. He'll never tolerate my kind.
You are Saarebas? Bas Saarebas? Vashidan! Nera Setar Karasam! You spewed your words at me like a demon trying to poison my control.
Well,
like
this is
mage,
unfortunate.
The Qun requires your death.
But we're no threat to each other.
Bas Saarebas, you will be no threat to anyone.
Okay, you're terrible. What's this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Sextuple strike. Easy.
Can you stand?
Easy. Break that shit.
I am unbound.
Hello.
Odd. Wrong. But you deserve honor.
Oh my god, I didn't notice his lips were fucking sewn together.
Worthy of following. I thank your intent, even if it was wrong. I know the will of Arvarad. I must return as demanded. It is the wisdom of the Qun.
Wait, what? Are you fucking killing yourself? You're accepting death?
So after all this, now you want to die?
I do not want to die. I want to live by the Qun.
Which means dying.
Yes. Is that hard to grasp?
What if he was wrong?
Arvarad couldn't kill me. Perhaps he was wrong about your death too.
Losing to you does not make him wrong. He spoke the Qun. I have chosen. It is bred in the bone.
Existing is not a choice.
It is the only choice. As it tal'eb. It is to be.
Go back to the sister.
Patrice might take you back if death is the only other option.
The sister was not honest.
What do you mean?
I cannot say what she wanted, but it was certainty, not of the Qun. And her guard smelled of death.
Can't you join the rebels?
Others of your kind live outside the Qun. You could join them.
They are not my kind. I am Qunari. They are not.
They have chosen to be free.
Free? They have refused what they are.
Man, it's like he's fucking brainwashed.
Should not be.
It's like he's been fucking part of a cult for all this time, and now he has the opportunity to get out, but he's spent so long in it that he can't see that them telling him that his existence is shit and he must simply kill himself is not the fucking way. What if I hadn't killed Arvarad?
Could you have returned if I'd let these others live?
No.
You were doomed from the start.
I was outside my Keratam. I may be corrupted. I cannot know. How I return is my choice.
Of all the ridiculous, spineless, mind-controlled, senseless piece of shit arguments I've ever heard.
What comfort has freedom brought you, Mage? You would have more if you submitted
He would be fucking
to the Qun.
Tied up and controlled if he submitted to the Qun. Oh my god. Like, I do believe that you have the right to do that if that is truly your choice, but I don't feel like it is truly your choice. I feel like you've been, like, mind brainwashed by this fucking cult, essentially, into believing that your existence has no merit. And obviously it does. So... But, like, he is clearly not going to change his mind. This is clearly... He believes that it is what he must do, and he's going to hate me if I try to prevent it. That's a really tough one. This is a really tough one. What is more important? That this guy be allowed to end his life if that is what he truly believes is the right thing for him to do? Or the fact that he has been the subject of all this brainwashing into feeling that his life is not worth continuing, or that it's just wrong for him to exist. And so we should prevent that for his own sake, but then it isn't what he wants, but it's just because he's been brainwashed. I don't know, fuck. This is probably the most interesting choice so far, I think, in this game. That's a real toughie. That's a real toughie. I feel like if I say I refuse to allow this, I feel like he's just gonna yeet himself off the edge of the cliff anyway. I don't know if I actually have any say in the outcome here. I feel like it's probably a false choice, but... I'd like to save his life if I can. I refuse to allow this.
I can't let this decision stand.
If you force choice, it is not choice. Your doubt does not make me wrong. Certainty is comfort. That is the way of the Qunari. The way of the Qun. Take this secret thing, Basfarad. Remember this day.
Oh, okay. Or he's just going to do it in a much more painful way. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. It was a false choice. It felt like it wasn't going to make a difference.
I would choose death over servitude, but I do not follow the Qun.
She may not have known about this, but clearly Patrice set a trail right to us.
If this was her doing, I have a few questions for her.
Indeed. Violent ones. Okay, what did we just get? Was it a weapon? No. What did we just get? Hello. That's very good. Yes. The only thing that is not part of the set now, we've got Last Descent, Helmet, Gauntlets, and Boots, and the only thing that's not part of it is that. I wonder if we'll ever find the last bit. Was it this? Was that the new thing? I think so. Blood magic. No thanks. Alright. Cool. Yeah, that was a really interesting one. I wish the outcome was an actual choice, though. It's a shame that your decision doesn't actually have any impact. But for the most part, very good. Alright, let's go see what that fucking bitch is up to then. Hello? We about to kill her and her fucking Templar chum?
Leave nothing. It must be clean, with no ties. Hawke? It was Hawke, right? From the streets? You took the Qunari from the city? Without incident?
Without bloody incident? You know better.
Mind your tongue, woman.
Please, do speak your mind.
You wanted me dead.
This was a damned roundabout way of trying to kill me.
Do you really think yourself so important?
I think you're dead.
If someone saw an opportunity in the Mage, if the Qunari murdered those who tried to help it, yes, that might be useful. But it wouldn't be personal. The Chantry must see the Qunari as the monsters they are. If someone ushers that along, some sacrifices are justified.
The mage is dead. Do you care?
Your Ketojan killed himself rather than be free.
I assumed he wanted to escape, just as I would. My pity is genuine, but they are not like us.
I should kill you.
You risked my life. Perhaps I should return the favor.
No doubt you would prove a challenge for my guard, but I will not offer the chance today. Violence here serves no purpose. I accept the grim necessities of standing in the Maker's name, but I will not waste his gifts. You did better than you were asked. I will honor that arrangement. We will have nothing more to do with each other.
Alright, but you've made an enemy.
I won't forget this, sister.
Take your coin. Disappear back into Lowtown. Rest assured, I will not make the mistake of looking for help outside the Faithful again. The stakes, eternity, are just too high.
Interesting that we didn't get the option to kill her. I wonder if she's going to come back later. I feel like in every other quest that is similar to that, if you get betrayed by the person giving you the quest, you get to go back to them and kill them. But that option was not afforded to us, and I feel like that means she's coming back later. And it was a story decision that you can't do it. What's in here? Is this our house? That's our house, okay. A house, doo-doo, in the middle of a street. A house, doo-doo, in the middle of a street. If I go in here and then come back out, can I get to the main map by doing that? Yes. We have another message?
Another messenger came by with a letter.
Friends in low places. I understand you're in dire need of some coin. If that's true, I believe I have a proposition that you simply will not be able to refuse. Look for me at night near the foundries in Lowtown. Why is this one still here? We already read this.
It's on the desk.
Do-do-do. Bonk. 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 Sup?
Well, well. Now it's beginning to all make sense.
Do I know you?
Not yet, but I wager you'll be glad we met. The name's Dougal Gavorn, and you're Bartrand's new business partner.
Not yet.
That remains to be seen.
And that's what I need to talk to you about. Bartrand turned aside my offer of help, even though I had the coin to spare. Thing is, I still think it's a
okay, well, you're probably a dickhead then.
The fool won't let me invest, but if someone like you invested on my behalf...
Why can't you invest?
Bartrand was pretty desperate for help. He must have had a good reason to turn you down.
He did. We had a disagreement. You've met Bartrand, yes? Someone would need the patience of a Bronto not to want to kill him.
Wait, your disagreement was that you wanted to kill him?
Now his pride won't let him take my coin, even if it ruins him.
So I should betray him?
He won't be happy if I do this.
Then why tell him? Bartrand is better off not knowing a lot of things. This way he's happy, you're happy, and I'm happy. We're all happy.
What do you get out of it?
Just what kind of terms are we talking about here?
I give you what Bartrand needs. Bartrand thinks it's your coin. Then, when the expedition's done, you pay me back double.
No. And if it fails?
What if I don't have double? This might all be for nothing.
If you really think it's such a waste of coin, why go at all? I think double's the very least I could earn back for this kind of investment, don't you?
How could I trust you?
This seems suspicious.
I'm taking quite a gamble myself. I'm willing to bet you're a good risk. Bartrand obviously thinks so. You care to extend the same courtesy to me?
I feel like this is a way of, if you do go and spend all your money, because that was something I was wondering, like, if you need 50 gold, but there are shops for you to buy a load of shit, and you can clearly, like, there's even something that costs like 24 gold, so you can clearly spend so much that you don't have the gold to do it. So I was wondering what happens in that scenario, and I guess the answer is you have to take this guy's deal. But my other question is it worth it to take the deal anyway, even though I do have the gold? Because then I'm spending this guy's money, he gets double back, but then I guess it all depends how much is made. And this guy is clearly sus, and when I come to give him his cash, he's probably going to try and kill me. don't know. I don't know if it's worth. So, we give 50 gold, we go in, and we hopefully get 100 gold back. We make 50 gold profit. Or, we take this guy's money. We give 50 gold that isn't ours. If we make an extra 50 gold, then it would go to him. And so, he'd have made 50 gold profit. And we'd have just stayed with the 50 gold we began with. I don't know. There's just something sus about him. I don't trust it. Fuck off. He's probably going to try and kill us when we tell him to fuck off here, but let's see.
If Bertrand doesn't want your help, neither do I.
Think you can come up with a coin all on your own, eh? Fair enough.
There are plenty of ways to get what we need.
Really? From what I can tell, it seems your friend enjoys spending coin more than saving it. You change your mind? Come talk to me. I doubt this expedition is going anywhere.
Okay, he didn't try and kill us.
Meantime.
Interesting. I really thought he would. That almost makes me want to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. We have the cash. Okay, so that is it for nighttime. I do want to come to the shops in daytime.
Sometimes I think you have the right idea.
Handcuffs, whipped cream, always be on top.
I never used to give two bits what anyone thought of me. Justice once asked me why I didn't do more for other mages. I told him it was too much work, but I couldn't go back after that. Couldn't stop thinking about it. Sometimes I miss being that selfish.
Huh? Were you talking? I was still at whipped cream.
Okay, that all sucks. Nope. This way. No, not worth. Extra rune slot for Varric? We have 70 gold, sure. Now, question. Is this something I have to equip? Oh, wait. I don't have Varric with me. Fuck. For some reason, I thought Varric was with me. Whatever.
These prices cannot be beat. I swear it in Andraste's neck.
Nope. Nope. Thrice bound. What's my other weapon? Okay, no. I've looked at that before, actually. I remember the bonus to disarm traps and stuff. Okay, that's everyone up here. Is this the last dude? Yes. That is good, but not quite good enough. That requires too much strength. Alright, let me sell shit that we don't need. So I should probably keep this in case it's good for Aveline. Not that, not that, not that. No. Get rid of all that. All of this can go, I guess. Might keep that one. Are we going to get a blood mage in the party at any point? Cool. Let's keep those. That seems pretty good. Okay, so that just leaves the one thing. Oh, wrong way. The treaties and accounting thingy. Which is over there. Oh, I guess that was the guy. I thought that was the actual expedition.
So, there must be mages in Tevinter
thing.
who don't use blood magic.
Of course. There are slaves. The magisters do not hesitate to collar their own kind.
But no magisters.
Why must you go on about this? No magister would turn down an advantage over his rivals. If he did, he'd be dead.
You know, to use blood magic, you need to look a demon in the eye and accept his offer. I just figured some of them would say no. For aesthetic reasons, if nothing else.
I think you let this get away from you.
An old, foolish thing to need. Thank you for saving me the trip.
Alright, cool. Was there any other enchanting that could be done? I don't think we had any other runes, did we? No. That's fine. Alright, so... Journal. Friends in low places is just the deal to get the cash if you've spent all your cash and can't afford it yourself. We refused it, so even though it's still in our journal, it's not actually needing to be done. Deep Roads Expedition, we have 50 sovereigns. We're going to give them to him. And we have the maps. And then the other thing is just premium content, which I guess I'll do later, I think. So, I think we're good. Is there anything I want to read from the old journal? The Talisman of Saarebas. Sure. A simple shape on a leather cord. The uneven polish is not a failure of workmanship, rather the result of exacting and repeated study by powerful hands. Black glimmers curl just beneath the surface that should be solid. And there are glimpses of a core that seem to be carved from a piece of horn. Gaze for more than a moment, and it seems to stir something in an uncommonly dark corner of the mind, coaxing out a familiar primal emotion. Want. It is impossible to say whether Saarebas intended this as a reinforcement or restriction. At the moment, it simply is. This secret thing was never meant for the eyes of another. The Elysian Empire, we've definitely read something about that before. The city of Starkhaven. Have we read about that? The largest city in the Free Marches sits on the bank of the great Minanta River. I remember my visit to the city quite clearly. I was taken up the river by barge, a cumbersome vessel that moved at a stately pace, and disembarked by the city's central square, an impressive space with marble fountains and surrounded by kingly estates. Starkhaven's wealth was truly a sight to behold. A path paved in granite led up to the grandest building I've ever seen. My guide indicated that this was the residence of Starkhaven's ruler, Prince Vale. We supped at the table of my guide's closest friend. I was presented with a variety of dishes from the region. One in particular stood out, fish and egg pie, Starkhaven's most famous dish. 3 deboned fish, caught just that day, were cooked in a porcelain vessel with boiled eggs, dried fruit, spices, and thickened cream, all topped with a light crust. Superb. The Wounded Coast. One of the few roads leading into Kirkwall passes through a dangerous... Wait, we read this, didn't we? Yeah. That was one of the ones that came up on screen, I believe. The Kirkwall City Guard. It is with pride that I, your Viscount, grant the authority of law... Wait, did we read this? Pretty sure we read that. Arlathan Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. I'm pretty sure we read this as well, didn't we? Yeah. This was in DAO. Embryum, glitter dust. Don't care about those. Okay, we need to read these. When the Ashkari looked upon the destruction wrought by locusts, he saw at last the order in the world. A plague must cause suffering for as long as it endures. Earthquakes must shatter the land. They are bound by their being. Asit Taleb, it is to be. For the world and the self are one. Existence is a choice. A self of suffering brings only suffering to the world. It is a choice, and we can refuse it. The Qun teaches that all living things have a place and a purpose, and only when they are in the correct place and in control of their own self may a being attain balance. When balance is lost, suffering follows. Mastery of the self is, therefore, the first and greatest duty. Those born with magic are at a terrible disadvantage, for demons can always rob them of their self. Because of this, the Qunari name them Saarebas, meaning dangerous thing, and treat them with the utmost caution. Saarebas must be carefully controlled by someone else, an Arvarad, one who holds back evil, because they cannot truly control themselves. The evil is not the mage, but the loss of the mage's self, and the suffering that inevitably follows. The Qunari pity and honour the Saarebas, for striving while under constant threat from within is truly selfless, which is the highest virtue of the Qun. We've read about their people. The Raiders of the Waking Sea, or simply the Raiders, is the common name given to an association of Antivan pirates called the Felicissima Armada. Felicissima Armada. These pirates were once little more than opportunists, based out the coastal city of Lomerin that preyed on sea traffic. They were often targeted by Orlesian and Freemarcher cities that were bent on destroying the pirates once and for all. After each such effort, new pirates would appear to fill the vacuum. During the new Exalted Marches, the nation of Thedas needed every ship they could muster against the massive power of the Qunari dreadnoughts. The Lomeran pirates were faced with a difficult decision. They had to band together under one flag and fight with those they had previously preyed upon, or face conversion and annihilation by the Qunari. Thus the Armada was formed. The pirates brought their knowledge of stealth and trickery to bear, plaguing Qunari supply lines and even launching seaborne invasions against the Qunari coast. For a time it was said that the Armada was the premier naval power of Thedas, and after the signing of the Lomeran Accord, they maintained their association rather than disband as many as had hoped. Wealthy merchants now often pay the leaders of the Armada rather than risking their ships commandeered and their merchandise stolen and sold on the black market. The Armada is hardly unified, and bloody battles between leaders are frequent, but when faced with an attack by outsiders, the group instantly puts aside their differences and closes ranks. The Raiders have thus become far more of a threat in the last century than they ever were before. There is many a legend told about how dashing and romantic life aboard a raider vessel is, but don't believe it. They are scoundrels and smugglers all. Interesting. They forced them to band together to face the enemy, and then were left with a banded together group of people that would not be obedient. That's interesting. We know all about surface dwarves, Tal Vashoth. Okay, let's read this. Being lost in an ancient Tevinter ruin in northern Ravane is highly overrated. And then I found myself beset by several bands of Qunari, apparently working in concert. I fled and managed to hide in a little village by the name of Vindar. The people there, mostly humans and a few elves, were devout followers of the Qun. It was the most organised village I had ever laid eyes on. The houses were identical and arranged along perfectly orthogonal lines. The fields were well tended and apparently communal. But there were signs of damage everywhere, as if the town had suffered repeated sieges, buildings shattered, fields burned, and a great many empty houses. I spent the night in the home of Vindar's matriarch, who introduced herself only as Seer. When I tried to regale my hostess with the tale of my Qunari assailants, I discovered something. Qunari, Seer said, are people who follow the Qun. Her people. Those born into Qunari society who reject the Qun are called Vashoth, which means Grey Ones. These Grey Ones must leave their homes, for they have no place among the Qunari. Sadly, many turn against the society that cast them out. These outcasts call themselves Tal Vashoth, the true Grey Ones. Often they have no skills to make an honest living, so they sell themselves into service, usually becoming mercenaries. Even the most inept fighter among the Qunari race possesses prodigious size and an intimidating visage. These, she informed me, were my attackers in the countryside, the same band that wreaked such havoc on Vindar. The Tal Vashoth wage a bitter war against the Qun, the Qunari, and sometimes against the Order itself. They are no match for the Qunari army, so they generally strike at farms, travellers, and those who stray too far from Qunari protection. I was lucky to escape with my life. We know all about the Magisters. Yeah, we know about that. I don't think we've specifically read this one, but... Ah, fuck it, we should read it. Long ago, the Ashkari lived in a great city by the sea. Wealth and prosperity shone upon the city like sunlight, and still its people grumbled in discontent. The Ashkari walked the streets of his home and saw that all around him were the signs of genius, triumphs of architecture, artistic masterpieces, the palaces of wealthy merchants, libraries and concert halls. But he also saw signs of misery, the poor, sick, lost, frightened, and the hopeless. And the Ashkari asked himself, how can one people be both wise and ignorant, great and ruined, triumphant and despairing? So the Ashkari left the land of his birth, seeking out other cities and nations, looking for a people who had found wisdom enough to end hopelessness and despair. He wandered for many years through empires filled with palaces and gardens, but in every nation of the wise, the great and the mighty, he found the forgotten, the abandoned, and the poor. Finally, he came to a vast desert, a wasteland of bare rock clawing at the empty sky, where he took shelter in the shadow of a towering rock and resolved to meditate until he found his answer or perished. Many days passed, until one night as he gazed out from the shadow of the rocks, he saw the lifeless desert awaken. 100,000 locusts hatched from the barren ground, and as one they turned south, a single wave of moving earth. The Ashkari rose and followed in their wake, a path of devastation miles wide. The once verdant land turned to waste, and the Ashkari's eyes were opened. Existence is a choice. There is no chaos in the world, only complexity. Knowledge of the complex is wisdom. From wisdom of the world comes wisdom of the self. Mastery of the self is mastery of the world. Loss of the self is the source of suffering. Suffering is a choice, and we can refuse it. It is in our own power to create the world or destroy it. And the Ashkari went forth to his people. We know about blood magic. Okay, that's all of that. There was a hell of a lot in there. My goodness. Characters, anything new here? We know about Isabella, we know about... Well, we don't really know about him, but I'm going to be honest. Don't really care. Viscount Marlowe Dumas. What happened to Viscount Perrin Threnhold was a travesty. I served in the keep, and my blood boils when I hear people call him a tyrant. He was a good man, who tried his best to free Kirkwall from the control of those who use power for their own purposes. It's always been that way here, hasn't it? Long ago it was the Imperium. Then it was the Qunari. Then the Orlesians. Now the Templars. When have we ever ruled ourselves? He tried to kick those Templar bastards out and give us real freedom, and what did it get him? Now the Chantry's chosen Lord Marlowe Dumas as his replacement. After weeks and weeks of arguing, after telling the nobility that they would be choosing their Viscount, after everyone saying it was time to use a new title, why not King? Why keep using the name imposed by the Orlesians? And after all that, the Chantry chose him. I suppose I can see why. Everyone thinks he has the spine of a jellyfish, and it does seem that way. Truly, he has the Templars on one side, the nobility on the other, and everyone expects him to solve all their problems, yet he has no power to actually accomplish it. He keeps the peace as best he can, and I think he does a good job, even if no one else does. And he loves that sad little boy. I see the way young Seamus looked at his father, and I feel for him. Locked up in the keep with no other children, watching his father be put down by every self-important windbag that walks into the Great Hall, it makes me miss the days of Perrin Threnhold, even if they were chaotic. We can only hope one day Seamus gives this city the legacy it deserves. Is there anything about Isabella we didn't know? No. Born in Ravane, spent many years in Antiva, changes the subject. Okay, that's all of that. Letters and notes. I think any letter or note we would have read, wouldn't we? Oh, it's only that anyway. Grey Warden letters. Take the first boat. Did we read this? I think we read this, right? Wait, no, we haven't. That's about the architect. What the fuck? Take the first boat from Amaranthine to Kirkwall, then proceed with all haste to Weishaupt Fortress. If the roads prove too perilous or blocked, our agent in Kirkwall can assist. Find the dead drop located in an alleyway near the Lowtown foundries during daylight hours. Protect the letters at all costs. Warden Commander of Ferelden. The limitations put upon my research have greatly hampered progress. With just a few subjects, I could test certain critical hypotheses. However, the information sent about the architect has proven invaluable to my efforts, and I'm pleased to report limited success. As the architect surmised, considerable untapped power exists within Grey Warden blood. When properly prepared, its effects can be remarkable. But my research has also revealed some alarming implications which I've attached in the old Acanthan cipher. I urge you to send this to the First Warden at once. I will conduct further tests as long as I'm able. My documentation is very thorough. If time finally claims me, others may follow in my footsteps. Avernus. He was the one from the cold joint, right? Pretty sure that has lived for like hundreds of years or something. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I look forward to maybe hearing more about that, possibly. Cool. That is all the lore read. That is all the quests done. That is everything. Finally complete. And so, in the next part, it is time to speak to Bartrand, to give him his cash, and to get going on the Deep Roads exploration. Finally. Man, it's been a long time. I did not expect that to take as long as it did, but we are finally ready to go. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, if you could leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the videos around, share the playlist around if you can. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you next time for more Dragon Age 2. Thanks for watching. See you then.